Welcome to episode 10, double digits, of PonderCast. This is the first episode of the new year, and we got 2 cameras. So first of all, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I love that it's January 5th right now.
It is January 5th right now. It is so that day.
It is so
2024.
I hope everyone had a new year, which did happen
It did.
already.
Yeah.
Probably the more pressing thing than the new year is that we are here with 4 out of 6 members of Woodzen. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Well,
We're
doing super well.
Doing great.
Yes, made
Happy to
it through the semester.
Sweet. Y'all have one song out right now. You got more things coming soon. Would we mind just kind of going around the circle a little bit and doing quick introductions of who you are and what role you play in the band?
Absolutely. I am Peter. I play the saxophone for Woodzen.
I'm Bob,
Nice.
I'm the bass player.
I'm Lydia. I play keys.
I'm Brody, and I play drums for Woodzen.
Sweet, sweet. So, I guess to start it off, I know a handful of y'all. I don't know if it's everyone. Is everyone a Hamlin grad?
Ooh.
Everybody here
Yeah.
in the room is
Yeah.
in Hamlin grad.
Yeah.
Ben
the only
Almost
one-
grad.
Ben is the only one who didn't actually graduate from
Yeah.
Hamlin.
Sweet. There's
Hopefully
been a
I
lot of
graduate.
Hamlin people so far on the pod. We kind of getting into the formation of the band. How did all of y'all meet, and when did the first idea of like, all right, let's do something outside of school, let's do music on our own? How did
Yeah.
that kind of start?
So Jake, the lead singer of the band, and I were randomly assigned as roommates in college. And so we were living together and working on stuff, working on ideas that he had, building up a little repertoire of music, and we decided to play them at open mics, and that's on campus and at Ginkgo Coffee House.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of how we got started, playing music outside of school, like doing our own thing.
Yeah, I met
And
Jake
then-
and Brody in class.
And then yeah, so we met Bob. That was the first. You were the first, I think, member after that.
Yeah, we were jamming with somebody else.
Oh
before
yeah, we were
Jesse,
jamming with Jesse Mickelson.
Word. Okay.
Mm.
I didn't-
another Hamlin student.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then,
Played with him for a while. We actually did a show with him, didn't we?
Yep.
We did a show or two with
and
him.
then my car got stolen.
Oh, word. From Hamlin or?
Yeah, right in front of
Was that during
Soren.
jazz band or when was that?
It was right after the Ginkgo show that we played with
Oh,
Jesse
yeah.
as Don Gennardo,
Hmm.
pre-Woodzen.
Yeah.
Don Gennardo. Yeah.
Yes, Don Gennardo. That's right. That was the name before.
Pretty
we were
sure we
Woodzen.
still played Days Long.
Yep.
As Don
Yeah, we
Gennardo.
did.
Yeah, a lot of the first album songs are a lot like older songs from Jake's repertoire that we're kind
Yeah.
Mhm.
of putting out as Woodzen. So
Sweet.
Yeah, a lot of those songs Jake, I think, wrote before I had even ever met him, when he was pretty young.
But
So.
shortly
So from
after that, we
archive?
started jamming with Peter and Lydia.
Yeah, we met Peter and Lydia in jazz band at, and I guess we were in some of the other bands too, but yeah, jazz band at Hamlin.
Mhm.
That's how we all kind of got connected and heard the other ones playing and stuff like that. So
And then that leaves us with Ben.
Then Ben.
yeah,
Oh, bad.
Yeah, we played a show with Lydia, and it was wonderful. Then Lydia had to take off for the summer, and then we had to find a fifth member to fill in for her for the time being. So
Yeah, I was off the grid.
Yeah.
yeah, my pal Ben that I grew up with was living in town and loved playing with him, so I invited him over, and we decided to just add him as a 6th member.
Sweet. Nice. What were you doing off grid, Lydia?
Was that the summer I was working
That
in
was-
the Boundary Waters? Yes. So that
Sick.
was a couple years ago now, I guess. But yeah, I was a wilderness guide out there through a summer camp. So,
Oh, sick.
yeah.
Dude, shout out to being summer camp staff.
True.
Yeah.
Love being.
3 out of
Great.
5. Or
Camp
Camp,
counselor.
yeah,
camp
3
life
out of
was the
5 in
best
this
life.
room.
Yeah.
Killing it. So jazz band, were all of the 4 of you a part of jazz band?
The 4 of us were in the jazz combo,
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
big band. Yeah,
And the big band, yeah.
I was playing trumpet for
Yeah.
the big band, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
How, I guess in a broader question, how would you describe your sound, and how would you say each of your personal influences kind of inform what you add to the group?
Mm.
interesting.
Everybody yell out a genre.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'll kind of sum it up. I always say it's like a weird blend of like little rock, little folk, little indie, little little like funk. We get a little funky sometimes.
Lil Yachty.
We get a little yachty sometimes. Yeah, Lil Yachty's on Stolen Gold out now. That's not true. Yeah, it's a blend of a lot of different things.
Yeah, especially the first record that's coming out is like it's more of a collective of different styles that we're trying to bring together. I think over the last couple of years though, we've definitely found a way to start like blending them together more cohesively, and yeah, it just creates a fusion of a little rock, a little country, a little funk, a little jam.
Different
Little
eras,
jazz.
I think, too. Different eras, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I think we
Yeah.
have influences from all different kind of eras. And like the jazz, too, is definitely an influence. We have a lot of
Definitely.
really on-the-spot solos. A lot of the solos are improvised. And I think that's one of my favorite parts of playing with Woodzen and with such great musicians is being able to have planned parts but improvised parts, too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I would agree. I think because like every single time we play it, it's a little bit
It's
different.
a little bit different. And it's got its
and
own. It
it's-
makes every show a little bit special.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It's-
why, the live thing is such a special experience. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we like to jam. I wouldn't say we're like a jam band, but like that's how we develop our songs. That's like the brunt of how we get to where we are. So.
What's the kind of difference in the process of practicing a song for live play versus like nailing a song for recording? If that makes sense.
Even with recording, a lot of the improvised solos that we have live are also improvised on the recordings.
Word, okay.
Like some of them, when we're just practicing for the recordings, or like if it happens to be a live recording, then it's like we'll just go with the take usually. But if it's something that happens, like where we go record some saxophone over whatever the band already has, then like Peter's probably just refining some ideas that he has to make this cohesive thought with the song.
Right. Like in like Wanderer, I always like it's the same kind of beginning little, but then I could still kind of snake my way out of that and play something a little different each time. So there's a structure to it, but it is by no means like set in stone ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we basically just have like the parts that need to happen,
Yeah.
and then like the parts that can be free flowing after that. And even then, it's just mostly like just communication with just being comfortable with talking to each other while we're playing and stuff.
Sweet. With 6 people, what's kind of the process of like bringing a song from the first idea to like a finished arrangement with 6 moving parts, and like how often are you kind of workshopping what you're doing with each other within the group?
I would say we workshop. Well, lately we workshop every day. We wake up and we've been practicing different ideas and working on different, like you said, workshop and stuff. Jake, a lot of times when we get a new song, Jake will bring an idea, or whoever will bring an idea to the group and say, I've got like, an A part and then maybe a B part, and we kind of all learn them and figure out where it should be big, where it should be small, and then where there should be like a solo section, where there should be lyrics, and whether you should be jamming on the solo section over the A or the B part. Maybe we come up with a C part when we're all together, and I don't know. We just kind of slowly add the different pieces. Jake brings it to the the 3 of us, and then we bring it to kind of the rest.
Yeah, lately it's been Brody, Jake, Ben, and I. Every morning, and then Peter and Lydia have joined us for a couple as they've been able to, but and that's mostly new record stuff. Originally, like before, a lot of the songs mostly came from Jake and Brody, and then just like were developed over a few years time, and now these new ones are a lot more like we're kind of writing them together.
Yeah.
Somebody comes with the idea, and then we try to develop and arrange them together as at least 4, if not hopefully all 6 of us. So
Sweet. So this room that we're in right now.
Yeah. We should provide the context, I guess. Yeah, we all live together. Jake, Bob, Ben, and I all live together. So yeah, we have that creates such an opportunity for us to be able to practice and work on ideas and work with a metronome and really nail what we're doing and try to figure out how to actually make stuff sound cool. And
being so close to each
yeah.
other, and be like,
And just-
I have an idea right now.
yeah.
Let's go do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and because we live together, we can come up with, we can create stuff. I don't know, we just know how the other one kind of thinks and creates, and we can feed off of that and really make some cool stuff.
Yeah, and I think too we've been trying to focus a lot on like how do we keep trying to push each other outside our box of like creativity
Yeah.
too, because it's very easy to like fall into the muscle memory and do the same things on different chords or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially, and a lot of the rhythm stuff, it feels like we're really developing parts that just like fit nicely together totally. And yeah, it feels more intentional, more cohesive. So I'm excited. This is the room that we do it all in, so right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And another thing too is a number of us are in a number of different bands, and I think a lot of us, and bands and projects outside of Woodzen through school and through just other parties, and we all bring influences from those groups into Woodzen, I think, which is another place where the inspiration comes from for the music.
I think the more we like play together, the more aware we get to be of how what each other is doing, and like just the awareness goes up. Like we're listening more intentionally about each specific part and how we fit and make it blend.
And that better chemistry as a group.
Yeah.
Like 6 individual musicians playing at the same time.
Yeah, and it
Right.
starts to become more of a language that we're all speaking together rather than, we're all starting to understand each other a lot more.
I would say, like, towards the conception of Woodzen as it is now, it really was more of like, these are 6 people all playing music at the same time, and it was cool. Like, cool things would happen and moments would come up out of the kind of mix. We've certainly refined it to a point where it's a whole lot more cohesive as a group.
More of a group effort.
Yeah, because with 6 parts too, it's so easy to get just tons of sound going on, and it just becomes just almost noise, and we've really had to tame down.
Yeah.
We love the noise. We love the
we
noise.
love being loud and playing
But-
tons of notes, but
Yeah,
when you get there, and then it's like you have to actually, make
Yeah.
space.
Trying to work
And,
on spacing and being concise sometimes when it's necessary as well. So
Sweet. For each of the 4 of you that are here, you mentioned some of you play in other projects. It's kind of everyone's like personal background with music, either playing or like what you into for your own enjoyment.
Sure.
Kind of outside of it relating to Woodzen.
Yeah, I guess I started playing drums when I was 6, and I played drums all the way through school. Got a drum set, like a first act when I was a kid, and I did marching all the way, starting in middle school through high school. I was marching snare, and played in the wind ensembles and stuff like that, and loved it, had a great time. Never was in a band outside of that, but loved it then, and I went to Hamlin to pursue music. And yeah, I did the wind ensemble, the orchestra, and the jazz stuff there at Hamlin. And that's kind of my playing background. I like to I grew up listening to a lot of like the 2000s rock. We, my dad and I would listen to a lot of just that on the way, Sirius XM radio on the way to school, and he had tons of CDs and stuff. Like Godsmack and Korn and Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
All those. Hollywood Undead we liked too. But yeah, like stuff like that from the 2000s. That's kind of what I grew up on. And then when I got into middle school and high school, I got Spotify. My own Spotify account. I started listening to more rap and hip hop and stuff like that. Just all kinds of it. Anything on Rap Caviar, I would listen to in middle school and high school. So loved that. And then EDM too. I listened to a lot of EDM and Flume, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Skrillex, early Skrillex and stuff too. I listened to a lot of. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where some of my that's where a lot of my influences come from for sure. Just beats that way, and I don't know. I appreciate music made with a computer and music made acoustically because they're just different, and I think I can take influences from one and bring it to the other. So yeah, I love listening to electronic drum and bass, and all that. So
Being
yeah.
a middle schooler during the rise of dubstep.
God.
Oh yeah. Was
Right place,
great.
right time.
Right, exactly.
So you got your
Yeah,
skull candy,
Yeah,
your little
yeah.
headphones
It's
in.
like
Yeah.
trudging
My
through
iPod
middle
4.
school.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nano.
Shout out to Bangarang.
I
Crazy
think
stuff.
Bangarang.
those skull candies are still the best quality headphones.
Oh my
$15 from Target.
That's right. To the price, you can't beat them.
Yeah.
You can't beat them.
Lydia, what's your path towards it?
Well, I would say I started out pretty young. Both my parents are musicians. So my mom plays piano. She taught me classically, like all the theory stuff and technique and all that. I got piano lessons all through, ever since I can remember. Yeah, so I pretty much only studied with her. I studied with a couple other people. Like in high school, I took lessons, all classical. So it's nice to have that foundation of reading music and stuff. Yeah, my dad plays trombone in a couple groups, and both of them, they met in music school, so we, our whole family is pretty, like, we're always listening to music, playing music, so I have a lot of, like, influence from both of them, mainly, and then all the genres, really. Not too much rock, honestly.
Word.
Not too much heavy stuff, but, like, any sort of genre, like, I loved it all, and like I feel like once the streaming platforms became more like accessible and it wasn't just all CDs and stuff, then I really broadened my horizons with what could be done on the piano especially. And so yeah, I don't know, I have a lot of influences. Lately I love listening to like Corey Wong and Kevin Gastongue on the keys, and it's really amazing to just like, and like Kaviesh, what's his name?
Kaviesh, yeah.
Yeah, like amazing like jazz keyboardists around town. That's really
A lot
cool.
of Minneapolis people.
Yeah,
lately.
it's really cool to see them live and just get inspired to keep shredding and keep practicing.
We're going to see Kevin tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight in 3 weeks ago.
Tonight and 3 weeks
Right.
ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
all the way
tonight,
back then.
January 5th.
I hope the show was good.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Bob.
I started playing bass at 14. I was playing in the big band in our high school, and it was electric bass. Recently at Hamlin, I started playing upright like a year and a half ago or something. So, like growing up, mostly like rock and metal music through the decades. Like, love early like Black Sabbath and Metallica, and just went all the way through that, and love like some of my favorite music is like some of the 90s grunge, Big Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots fan. I like but yeah, lately has definitely been way more into like just a lot of in-town people. I've been really spending a lot more time on like more bass heavy and focused music, is like just like reggae and R&B stuff with like, and Motown stuff where the bass players are just like really like laying down this foundation that's like a big part of like what you're paying attention to when you're listening and stuff, and been very inspired by that. But tons of great musicians in town, like she said, Corey Wong and Kevin, and man, I don't know, just trying to find new stuff every day. So
Sweet.
Yeah, for me, I first got piano lessons in first grade, and then I did that for a few years. I picked up the saxophone for the first time in 6th grade. That's when we started band. So I played alto in 6th grade, and then from 7th grade up until into like sophomore year of college, I was like just on Barry. So I played a lot of Barry sax. And I love the Barry sax, and I wish I had a Barry sax, but I don't. And so yeah, I studied saxophone all throughout college. Originally went to St. Olaf, and I wanted to do music education, but then I decided I didn't want to do that. So then I came to Hamlin and just did elementary education and also music separately. But like working with the faculty at St. Olaf and at Hamlin was like spectacular. Shout out Greg Keel and Kurt Clausen. Greg Keel is
the man, the myth, the legend.
he's a killer. If you have a chance to go see
Good, the bad, the funky.
Good, the Bad, and the Funky.
Good, Bad, and Funky. They've got a powerful horn section.
GBF.
Alan Glenn singing. Oh,
Yeah.
he's wonderful too.
Go to the Minnesota Music Cafe and catch a show if they're
Yeah,
there.
they play with Steve Strand who played with Prince and the Hornheads.
Yeah.
And played with Corey Wong for a while.
Yeah.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful trumpet player.
So I love Greg Keel. And growing up, I listened to a lot of classic rock because that's what my dad had on the radio. Kind of similar thing. Just that's what was playing around. And then when I finally got to choose my own music, started listening to a lot of jazz, also a lot of EDM, a lot of stuff that was like passed down to me from my older brothers. So like Daft Punk, Skrillex, Deadmau5, all that fun stuff.
Deadmau5.
Deadmau5, yeah, yeah. And I still love listening to that stuff. But recently it's been kind of a little bit of everything. We've been really enjoying like Glass Beach, Black Country New Road, and I don't know, just kind of whatever comes on. I have Jazz 88 on my car stereo, so it's, whenever I turn on my car, there's a new jazz track that I haven't heard
Yeah, I've
before.
been listening to a lot of Radio K. Like every time I get in my car, it's just Radio K. And
Radio K is great.
it's always something I've never heard before.
Mhm.
Speaking on student radio, you also had a radio show, St. Olaf.
I did have a radio show, yeah. Jazz Night on the Hill.
Oh, nice.
Sundays at 11 p.m. Yeah. So I would
Really night.
really yes.
Like deep night.
Jazz night, emphasis on the night part.
It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, no, and I would consistently have maybe one person that tuned in, but it was more for me than for anybody else. 'Cause I just got sitting there. I made a little Spotify playlist for every week, and then I would kick back and listen to some jazz, and whoever tuned in would also listen to some jazz.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah,
It's nice.
I had a blast with
You're
that.
listening to Jazz Night on the Hill.
That's right. Jazz.
That's so you, Peter.
It is, yeah, and it was a blast. I kind of want to find a way to get back into
Well,
it.
we better
Start a podcast.
start it up again.
That's right.
Do it.
I can do it.
Well,
I miss being a radio host, so I just did it again.
That's right.
yeah.
Now it's not live. More than like 3 people at a time can listen.
That's true.
Because they can listen on their own time.
That's true.
Podcasting is the new college radio.
I gotta start a podcast.
WBDL.
We'll take a quick break in a couple minutes, but before that,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to note that all of you have like pretty extensive musical education. So when you're in that jam setting, you're like on stage doing improv, how does your education kind of feed into what you're playing, and how much of it is like technique and knowledge versus just like what you're feeling fits in that moment?
I think the knowledge base really helps with just that way you have it in your hands already. Like you have these ideas that you don't even really are conscious of. You're not really conscious of it as much as you are. It's just who you are and how you present your art.
I think like one of my teachers told me one time, he's like, you want to learn all these different songs and charts and stuff on drum sets, so you have all these. So you have these tools, and you're building your tools, and you're filling your toolbox. So when you're playing live, and you have these your fills and your beats and stuff like that, you've got a larger toolbox. You're digging through a bigger toolbox. So yeah, we've all been collecting tools for a very, very long time, which is
having that
which is
knowledge and that outline of what we're doing before we get to it is basically like a good fail-safe for like just coming back, having something to come back to when things might get, I don't want to say too weird, but like just if we're struggling to like kind of hear where we're at, if we're feeling something, we go crazy and make some crazy sounds, like at least like we know if we come back to the thing that we know is happening, like that's always a good ground one. And I think like since we just all have have done music in college and stuff, like it just gives us further training to like just be able to just have those tools, have more of those tools and more of that experience more than anything. So
Yeah, I would agree with what has been said already. I concur.
Incredibly insightful.
Thank you.
That's
It's
lovely.
it's nice to have something in your back pocket they can whip out. But at the same time, I like the approach of like I know how these like chord changes feel, and I can kind of just muscle memory my way into playing whatever I think of in the moment.
Yeah.
And then it comes out. Sometimes it comes out not the way I want it to, but it still comes out and it's cool. And then I can kind of recover from it.
And
change
that's
it around a little
where
bit.
I think people say it all the time. It's like a conversation between instruments, and that's you're not thinking so much about the notes or what you're playing. You're speaking with your instrument and your fingers.
Right.
And I hear what Peter does or what Jake does in his riff, and a lot of the times as a drummer, I play with that. I interact, or I'll like echo that on the drums or echo the idea,
or find something that'll like be a good complimentary. Like, oh, you said that.
Yeah, you
Well,
said that. I'll say
reply
this.
with this.
Yeah, I'll reply with something a little different.
And
It's
say what you
inspired by
feel.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Let the
And
music
then-
flow
Yeah,
through.
man.
Yeah, exactly. It's all vibes.
It's
And-
all vibes.
It's all vibes.
And then Peter will be like, oh yeah, you said that. Well, beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like too.
Yeah.
Great, yeah. Well, sweet. We can take a quick break and hop right back in.
That's not going to be
That's how
confusing.
tight we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
The
like,
audio's
that
going
was
to be
great
desynced the
teamwork.
entire time. Yeah.
I didn't
We left off. The word vibes was thrown around, and getting back in, I would love to talk about the song "Days Long," because that is a perfect song for driving very fast on like a one-lane rural road.
Yeah,
I-
driving as fast as the speed limit, right?
Right.
Definitely, absolutely.
We don't enable bad
Actually,
Oh,
habits.
definitely not. We're going exactly 55.
Yeah.
Jan and Days Long. The I would say the time I like connected with this song, I was driving on 95 up by the river, and the St. Croix River. There's a lot of rivers out there,
Quite a few of them.
but like beautiful scenic road. It's just like a song that has energy to it, and I think being outside was like a great environment to be like, I get it. Like this goes crazy, and also the name Woodzen. There is some imagery associated with that, and I know there's some fishers in the group as well. So for the like aesthetics of the group, is that like outdoor imagery something you guys are like conscious of and like do intentionally, or just like
Yeah, for
or
sure.
am I tweaking?
Yeah.
It's a little intentional, but like it's definitely like something that I think is a part of all of our personalities is outdoor and stuff. So it's like, how do we like intentionally just continue to try to be ourselves as like collectively putting Woodzen together? And I think, yeah, something that all six of us like have in common is that we love the outdoors, and like we just all try to like bring this like sort of chill vibes and like good spirits around each other and everybody that we come to. So
Yeah, the band name Woodzen actually comes from Jake and I had a YouTube channel we called Woodzen Bros that was fishing and outdoor like just entertainment and YouTube videos, and we just made 10-minute videos of us fishing and dinking around, messing around, just having a good time fishing. And that's like that love for the outdoors is kind of where the name, to name that, we wanted something that encapsulated what we're doing, just being zen in the woods. And
Nature comes naturally.
yeah, and a lot of us have, like Bob was saying, kind of connection to the outdoors. Like Lydia, you were saying you worked up as an outdoor guide up in the Boundary Waters. That same time, Jake and I were working on the edge of the Boundary Waters, up in Ely, Minnesota, up at Snowbank Lake.
Sick.
yeah, Ben and I are from up there too.
And yeah, so Bob and Ben are from
we grew
up there.
up.
They
Yeah.
grew up in that area. Yep. So the outdoors and the North Woods, specifically the North Woods, is really ingrained in our band, in all of our blood. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Woodzen's a noun, a verb, an adjective.
Yeah, because you could
It's a
be
vibe.
Woodzen. We are Woodzen.
We are.
But we're also Woodzen. And,
You can Woodzen as an act.
Right,
Yeah, you
and
can-
we
yeah.
are also Woodzens. So.
Yeah.
Let's go Woodzen.
I'm gonna go
Let's
Woodzen.
go Woodzen.
I'm gonna go Woodzen for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little round table question. What's everyone's favorite outdoor activity?
Ooh.
Oh, definitely fishing for me. Fishing is number one. I don't know what it is, but I've always done it. I've done it since I was a kid. But that is just the number one. Like, being on a boat in the first place is just super fun. And then you just have a chance to catch a deep sea monster. It's awesome. I love nothing more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love being barefoot, and I just love sunshine. Like I'm about to go to Florida with the basketball team, and so I'm just looking forward. Well, hopefully it doesn't rain. Hopefully it'll be nice and sunny, not too cold.
Not this week.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to some sunshine.
Sick.
Getting back from Florida, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just got back from
Just
Florida.
got back.
It's January 5th.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
It's
wasn't
January.
raining. I love like walking through the woods.
Yeah.
Just growing up, that was something that we just always would pick trails, walking and four-wheeling too, just spending time in the trees.
Exploring.
Yeah, exploring. Did a little bit of like fishing and hunting, but like with all that, like just loved like just the journey of like walking on rough terrain and just being careful and just paying attention to all the trees and just not being able to see or hear anything for miles except for trees and wildlife and maybe whoever else you're with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just camping and anything that goes along with camping is spectacular. I think just being able to sit in a tent or cabin, even it doesn't it doesn't have to be a tent, but when you're just out and
sometimes it can be a very cold cabin.
it can be a very
We're
cold
not equipped
cabin,
to stay in.
right? In Banning RV park, and sometimes you need to huddle together for warmth.
Chillin, drinking sacred beer.
That's right. And then I love canoeing. I think canoeing's amazing.
Yes.
Sitting
Yeah.
in the back of a canoe, especially like up in the Boundary Waters. I've been once, and I need to go again. But the one time I went, it was just pristine, and it's so much fun to just paddle through calm water.
We should do a Woodzen Boundary Waters trip.
Oh,
next
yeah,
summer.
yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah,
Team
Ben and I
bonding.
went kayaking last time we went up and played a show. We went up the night before and we went kayaking out on his lake and it was just beautiful. The lake was just glass.
It's so
and
sweet.
definitely would love to just have the whole crew out doing some stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Sweet. This is kind of a side note. Have any of y'all ever been to Bayfield, Wisconsin, up by the Apostles? Madeline Island is like you take a ferry from Bayfield to get there.
I've never.
I'm not.
Oh,
Brianna has.
Brianna off camera has.
Yeah, Brianna, would you share your experience?
We went. There's a town in Michigan called Gay.
Oh yeah.
That's real.
Gay.
That's all I
It's
got.
so real.
Gay Michigan.
Gay, Michigan.
Hanging out in Gay, Michigan.
Sweet.
Thanks for chiming in with that, Brianna.
And with that,
Anyways, Bayfield is very cool. It'd be sick to get a Woodzen live session going. They have a park up there that they do free concerts every Tuesday.
that'd be
At least
cool.
they did. I don't know if that's running this season. I haven't been there for like many years. But they did little free sets in a public park right next to the lake. Also a beautiful place if you're ever trying to get into sailing. But since no one's been there, we can end that tangent. Getting back to Day Is Long, so that song came out since it is January 5th today, about 11 months ago. We've also talked a little bit about this album. Are you in the process for
Yeah,
an album
so
right now?
Stolen Gold just came out on the 29th.
That's right. It just came out. It's definitely
Yeah,
not
it did just come out.
almost coming out.
Yeah. That one like currently is one of my like just favorite like just from the very base. Like I love the song that Jake wrote. I remember hearing him playing it for the first time. And it was just him and his 12-string guitar and a harmonica at Ginkgo. I walked in, perfect time. He just started it and it was just gorgeous. Beautiful and what we've done with it as a band. And we brought in another person as well, Izzy Cruz, and I think that the seven of us have just created this beautiful like tornado-y masterpiece of a song, and I love it. But
Sweet.
yeah, we've got 12 more on the way, so for the first album, those we're hoping to keep sprinkling out throughout the winter time, and having an album hopefully early spring.
Sweet.
So as we're doing that, we're working on getting second album written and hopefully starting the recording process this winter as well.
How long has this process for Stolen Gold been, from like the inception of maybe we should do an album, or like was there a song that kind of kicked off the process of like let's do something full length? And
Yeah, this album's like mostly a collective of a lot of songs that like came from Jake's early repertoire of writing songs growing up and stuff. So like Day Is Long is one of his earliest songs that I don't know how long ago he wrote that. Definitely before we all met. So or maybe not Brody.
I think
but
Day Is Long. Jake and I came up with that in a Hamlin practice room.
Sick.
Yeah, yep. That's where some of these ideas came up. Some of them original. We worked on a lot of them in the Hamlin practice room. Just Jake and I would head down there when we were freshmen in college. We just head to the practice room and develop these ideas. And yeah. I'm sorry. What was your question? Can you repeat your question?
Just like the process of making something.
Sure. So Stolen
expansive.
Gold, you were saying.
that's one of his more recent
That
ones.
is
actually.
that is a newer written song. Yeah, that was written for the band. But the idea is like we all say it sounds like a hurricane or a tornado, and I think the combination of Jake's playing. I think on the recording he's playing through a almost blown out twin reverb amp, and Izzy's the combination of Izzy Cruz's featured vocals on there. Yeah, is just it really sounds like a tornado.
Overall, though, with like the album and the concept of doing it all, I think we just had a lot of songs that we were like, we want to record them all, we want to get them all out, and it was a big project. And we've definitely like post-production stuff, working on a lot of like just adding guitars and extra parts and violins and upright bass and just whatever instruments, extra keyboard sounds and percussion, and it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. But this whole process has taken quite a while. We started recording this last November, so like it's been over a year on this. We've had most of the songs recorded for a number of months now, and we're waiting on getting it all mixed and mastered. So, but yeah, this whole first album is definitely like a few years in the making, with finally like this solid idea of like this is how we're gonna create and shape the album, and then
I would say most of the songs were not written for a 6-piece band. Most of them were written, just as songs with a songwriter. Jake did the songwriter and his guitar, and maybe me with drums on it.
But yeah, and then I know there was like a number of other songs that we had recorded and we had demos of too that just didn't make the cut on this one. We're thinking about maybe using for further things or whatever, but
do like some B-sides, some EP type stuff.
Yeah, that's mostly the like process of the first album. So it's been over a year in the making as far as from the recording process to finally getting them released. But before that, there's definitely a number of years from the writing process and the arranging and stuff too. So
and then getting art for the albums too has been like the last step. Brianna's done some art for our album, and my cousin's done some art as well. So we're kind of working with artists that are like closely related to Woodzen members, and trying to involve as many people as we can.
And
artists.
Katie does a lot of art and design and photography and stuff too. Most of our posters between Jake and Katie, mostly doing those. And all our pictures from her too. So our Day Is Long cover art came from Katie.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That is sick cover.
The newspaper.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
As a St. Paul native. Like that is a St. Paul specific.
Yeah.
This is not Minneapolis.
Right.
Do y'all have any upcoming shows post today, January 5th, that people should be aware of?
Yeah, we've got
see ya.
the White Rock Music Lounge. I believe it's Friday, January 26th, if anybody's got the calendar.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Just,
Yep.
So that
Friday,
one,
January 26th.
White Rock Music Lounge, that one's going to be a really great lineup. Woodzen, Flower Stalks. Their drummer plays in another group with Lydia and I, and they're a wonderful, like, kind of prog rock band. And then Ira Hayes and the Strays. Ira Hayes is a guitar player who plays in a number of like jam bands and stuff too, so really looking forward to that 3-band night. We have a few more happening.
Yeah, the day after White Rock, we're at the Cow down in Northfield, playing at the Contented Cow.
Oh yeah.
So it's back to back.
Little road trip?
Friday, Saturday.
I believe like early February, is it the 6th?
The 9th,
The 9th.
we're at Cadence.
Yep.
February 9th, Cadence. Yep. And then, so Izzy Cruz, her band, Lawn Chair Dads, is going to be playing with us at that one. And we've got another local opener. I don't remember her name. Fairy, I think. It's F-A-R-Y. like exclamation point RIE or something. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to meeting her and getting that. We've got another one. We've got a couple more.
Yeah, February 24th
Yep.
at Metronome. End of February.
That one, we will have Rich Rue and Nikki Matson playing opening for that show, and Brody and I will be joining as the rhythm section for them too.
Sweet.
So all are planning to be single release shows for the album. So definitely gonna be some great heavy hitting lineups. Those bands that we have are powerhouse bands. They're wonderful. So definitely make it out.
Yeah, if you can, come out to those shows.
Gonna be the place to be.
So it's going to be a busy next 2 months, or I guess current 2 months. When being an independent band that also has many members, what's kind of the process of like the management side for like the public facing either social media or like networking with folks who can get you shows? What's your kind of process for like the publicity side, especially juggling so many people's like availability and schedules?
Yeah, we split a lot of the management part of it between me, Jake, and Bob. Jake handles a lot of the social media stuff, and I do too. We all kind of share responsibility in that. But yeah, I guess it's mainly me, Jake, and Bob. I guess that handle money and stuff like that too. Handle booking, handle like you say, contacting. Keeping a Rolodex of contacts for
Jake's really
venues.
the big like booking.
He really is,
the booking
definitely
powerhouse
the
of our
booking
group. Yeah, Brody's mostly like financial guy.
Yeah, I never said earlier, but I got a degree in finance at Hamlin,
word.
so I actually use that all the time. Like every time we do a show, I'm updating the income statement, balance sheet, case statement, cash flow, and stuff like that. So I use stuff that I learned at Hamlin. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm actually using my degree for my own for my own personal project. So
It's something.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Bob handles a lot of. Bob really is handles or he's got a lot of knowledge on mixing and gear.
yeah,
and
I'm definitely like take lead usually when it comes to engineering and getting all that stuff together. Jake does a lot of great help with that too. So, but and then like networking and stuff as well. Like since we all play a lot, like we're definitely out a lot, meeting new people, meeting new venue contacts. And like even getting on the road with some other bands, it's nice because we can go out and make contacts and say, hey, we play in some other bands.
Exactly,
like, and then we meet new people, venue bookers, and like fans and just friends that we jam with and go out different towns and stuff. So, and as well as just like we're all trying to hit shows when we're not playing as much as we can. Just
and that's been great too to see. Artists we like and see other artists in the crowd that we're have seen in the past, and just I don't know, it's stay relevant and meet new people and contacts and make friends, and I don't know, it's a good it's
We're
great.
just woodzening.
Yeah, just Woodzen.
Sick. Is there like any broad future goals for any of you as far as music, whether that's with Woodzen or like a dream project you'd want to do, or anything you want to like get into as far as new skills?
Well, we definitely want to tour.
Question.
We definitely are looking at trying to tour more hopefully this next summer. We're going to be touring with a number of the other bands, and we want Woodzen to be touring too. So I think we're going to be trying to push for that. At least one good tour next summer, if not a couple. That's definitely a broader goal to do that more. Keep working on new music, of course. Keep releasing albums and recording music. Keeping that train rolling. A long-term dream would be to tour outside the U.S. I think that'd be amazing. That's a dream.
Woodzen worldwide.
Woodzen worldwide. Yeah, that would be cool. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. Be amazing.
I want to get a berry. I want to grow my saxophone
Hey,
collection.
you listening that has an extra $10,000?
Right.
Peter
Berry
needs a berry.
saxophone.
Need a berry. Throw me
Venmo.
a little cash.
Yeah.
P Hans 18 is my Venmo.
Yeah,
Give me a
and
couple
find
bucks.
me a good bass octave pedal.
That's right. That's
I'll
right.
take a Nord,
Yeah,
I'll-
if he wants a Nord.
Nord stage 3.
While we're out here, I only have 2 mics, so if anyone you know,
Yeah.
Christmas has just passed, of course, but like,
Right. It'd
There's
be
always
January
next
hit us
1st.
up, hit us up.
Yeah. Give us free
My
things.
birthday's in May. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that Woodzen is like, because I mean we're all trying to like continually learn new stuff, like get to meeting new people and jamming with new people, learning new ideas, new styles, new types of music. Like Woodzen is kind of a place where we take like all those skills and try to refine them and bring them together. Because I think a lot of our main focus for most of us is like on Woodzen
Mm-hmm.
originally, but I mean that doesn't mean we still can't have a lot of focus on other things too. But like especially for me, like I just dream about woods and keep growing. Dream about woods and growing farther. I don't know how to talk.
Continuing
Yeah,
to expand
and grow.
Yeah. So
Keep playing bigger and better shows farther and farther away.
Right.
yeah, we're
Right.
just trying
Keep
to
learning.
write more music and keep working on the creativity and
Mhm.
trying to play together and diversify our sound with each other and continue with new ideas that way. So.
Sweet. How about touring and shows? Is there any places that you have really enjoyed playing, or like I know y'all have played at the farmers market, incredibly sick, but like places you have enjoyed playing, and also places that you want to go specifically, whether that's like somewhere in the Midwest, somewhere in the greater U.S., or like globally, like
Mm-hmm.
there are places you would like to play or like see more of the music scene of.
One show that I really enjoyed that Woodzen played was at Giants Ridge.
Yeah.
When we played Rock the Ridge. That was a really, really fun show. We played with Big Woo and 4 on the Floor. We opened for them. And that was a super memorable show for me. Yeah. Really love playing. And anytime we're playing not local too, it feels like we're just a bigger... It just feels like something more when you're playing not just in the city, in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You're going out for taking a trip and playing farther away. It's a different thing. It's a lot of it's fun. We've been on the road a little bit with other bands, and we played the Old Saloon in Montana with
Yeah.
Emmy Woods. That
Beautiful.
was
Full moon from the
full
outdoor
moon in a
stage.
mountain range.
Yeah, it's from the stage you look out and there's Emigrant Peak where we earlier that day climbed, Brody and Jake and I, and then just the full moon over it was beautiful.
Yeah, and we got to see the snow-capped peak from the stage. That was pretty.
Yeah,
pretty,
that was
pretty insane.
yeah, that was sweet. We did double duty that tour too. It was Sammy Jean and
Yeah, don't
Emmy
forget
Woods.
Sammy G and Colin. Yeah.
Wonderful. It was super great. Those two did all the booking for that too. So definitely trying to like keep a lot of it independent and learning as we go with a lot of it. So
Was it 2 summers ago? We went to California. Or
Yeah.
once, yeah, we went to
so I
California.
got this.
Yeah.
Did this in
We
California.
went to California with Greg Volker, and that was a ton of fun too. We played, what were those bars called?
We played the Starling Bar in
The
Sonoma
Starling Bar in Sonoma. Yep.
and the Zeitgeist in San Francisco.
Yeah,
that
those
was
were two.
The
very-
Zeitgeist, we played with a couple of local San Francisco bands that were wonderful
Sick.
too. So I just love like hearing other bands from other places.
Yeah, that's really fun too. When we go out on the road and hear other bands, we
Red
get to
Rocks,
experience
though,
different scenes.
Dream venue though for me.
Oh yeah, that would be a dream venue
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
Also, just like locally, First Avenue and Turf Club.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
First, oh yeah.
That'd be really
I
cool.
feel like it's like
Those are-
achievable
Yeah,
for us
Definitely.
sometime soon
Oh,
to
yeah.
get into at least
I think so.
7th Street or Green
Ice
Room.
House would be great too.
Greener.
Yeah.
Green Room.
And shout out to 7th Street.
7th Street's pretty sweet.
Yes, everyone knows 7th Street, but like for good reason.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, it's a good
probably
place.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Hoping personally.
Hoping Woodzen's first time will be soon.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Heck yeah.
I got through all my notes.
Cool.
Whoa.
I'll drop a piece of exciting
Let's
news
go.
at the end of the episode. Today is
Oh.
actually
Well, today, but
today,
2
but
weeks
what
ago.
the day
Yeah,
we're,
couple
when
weeks
we're
back,
the day
yeah.
that we are recording this episode is like the birthday of Woodzen LLC officially.
For real?
We are an LLC as of today. Yep. I went and filed the paperwork today. I have the paperwork in a folder and stuff.
Oh, finance
So we
major
are
Brody
we are
coming in.
officially Woodzen LLC in the Secretary of State's website and database.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sick.
we got
Congratulations.
Woodzen LLC too. I'm so glad we got Woodzen, like just our name.
Yeah. So that's like trademark, right? Is
Well,
or
so
is
like
it not
that's
trademark?
I don't think it's trademark, but
Yeah.
we
Don't
have,
steal this. Don't steal this. Don't steal our name.
Yeah.
we have the LLC name at least, so
Yeah.
we can. I think we can prove that we existed.
We exist.
We exist
We're a business.
legally.
I'm not
So
a businessman. I'm a businessman.
So real.
Yeah.
So real.
very exciting. Yeah, it's our what day is today? The 22nd. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
our birthday.
Oh.
The Wild Woodzen
Happy
LLC.
birthday,
It's-
Woodzen.
January
LLC.
5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Ah.
January 5th.
Sorry, happy belated birthday.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know how it goes. Well, sweet. Where can folks find you on the internet? If this is someone's first exposure to Woodzen, where should they go to learn more about you?
Woodzen_MN on Instagram. Woodzen on Facebook.
Yep.
WoodzenBros@gmail.com.
Yep. That is our public email.
Woodzen.
And,
We're all
uh,
brothers.
And what's the TikTok account?
Oh, what is the
Oh, yeah.
TikTok account? I think it's just Woodzen
Prize
MN.
Woodzen.
We got-
let me
what's our
double check
website?
that. I haven't posted on the
Is it
TikTok
just
in a
a
while,
link
so
tree?
that's
I think
why.
so.
Website's
No,
in
we
the
have an
link
actual
tree.
website.
Word.
We do have a
yeah.
website. Don't remember the URL.
I'll throw the link tree in the bio.
Yeah.
Woodzen's on the
And
link
on
tree.
screen. Here it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Here it is right now.
Yeah. Woodzen_MN
here.
is the TikTok as
Click
well.
Cool.
I haven't figured
And
out
here.
any video links yet.
And click here as well.
We'll see.
And
Wait,
over here.
Oh, right.
Click over here for fun. I'm
Yeah.
not telling you it's there.
And
It's gonna be somewhere.
Any closing statements for the pod? Anything you guys would like people to know about the band, or just like something you like about being in the project?
listen to our music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find us on any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music, all those.
Stolen Gold out.
Stolen Gold.
Now.
Go listen to Stolen Gold.
It's,
You
in my
won't
opinion,
regret
better than
it.
Days Long.
Yeah.
So.
It's gonna be the best 7.5 minutes of your life.
Right.
Yes.
It's long. It's a beefy boy. Yeah.
Well, sweet. We can wrap it up there. Thank y'all so much for coming on. Gonna just hope for the health of your other two members.
Yeah.
And again, thank you guys all so much for the ponderers, as the few of them are called.
That's right.
Hope y'all found something either interesting, informative, or insightful,
Mhm.
or whatever the correct order is. And yeah, please like and subscribe for more. Check out Woodzen in the bio or on those links from a couple minutes ago, if you remember that.
Mm.
And yeah, that's gonna be it. Typically, I have folks wave at the cameras.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
2 cameras, so I don't know which one to
Oh,
wave.
I'll be waving at.
Waving.
I'll be waving.
You are watching.
Like and
Ponder
subscribe.
Media.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, look down. Yay!
You're watching Ponder Media.
You are watching Ponder Media.